All right, guys, today we're going to be sharing our lefty serve secrets. So, Shadisha, what do you think, what do you consider is important that every lefty should have? What's the most important serve?
For me, as a lefty, you know, you remember John McEnroe, right? Of course. Everybody knows John McEnroe,
Of course.
But he had the New York can opener.
Yeah.
Is that what they called it? I'm from New York, guys. Hi.
So what's the can opener?
So I had the New York can opener as well, right? Halfway between the service line and the net is the target. And I like to hit that ball really soft and get that ball off the court. Sometimes I would knife it like the can opener, like John, and make it skid where it's almost going onto the other court.
All right.
So I think that's every lefty needs that, guys.
You need it. And now we're going to give you our secrets on how to do a lot of this stuff. So let's get into this video.
All right.
So Shadisha, tell us what's the key to that serve you're talking about, that one that goes off the court.
Yeah, that little lefty serve. So the key is to make sure you're tossing that ball a little bit out more to the left, right, for the lefty. And I would say if you were to have a clock in front of you, maybe around 11 o'clock, even more out to 10 o'clock on the, right? 10 o'clock on the clock, 10 o'clock on the clock.
Okay,
Does that
10
make
o'clock
sense?
on the clock, okay.
All right, so 10 o'clock, and then you're really wanting to come around at 10 o'clock, and I would say just aim initially for the other court.
Oh, I like that. So
right?
not even trying to hit the ball in.
Just go really extreme the other way, right? All the way. So I'm going to try to aim for the court on the other side, and I will go here. And I actually aimed for the other court, but it stayed in and it was pretty nasty.
That was nasty.
What do you think?
That was nasty.
All right,
good.
so I'll try again to aim for the other court. I'm tossing it out to the right, and then we get that little scoop. What do you call it?
I call it the ice cream scoop finish, which I'll show them.
I like ice cream scoops.
Yeah.
All right, so ice cream scoop. I'm going to try that. Oh,
yeah.
I missed it.
Try another one.
I tried it with the scoop. I think I had too much scoop.
Too much scoop.
All right, let's try again. Just get the outside. Nice.
Wow, that is nasty.
I brought my hip around too, guys, and I didn't bring my hip around too early. Right, I kind of like rotated. When the ball was gone, I opened up the hip. So I don't know. What do you think? The hip opening?
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Torque.
Definitely. Definitely.
Any more secrets?
Oh, that's good. All right, guys. Secret number 2. I want you to take a look at this tennis ball and pretend that you've got a block of cheese. Okay. That's what I think about. I don't think about all fancy terms like, am I pronating or not? In fact, most people I think that have a really good slice serve don't actually think about pronating or not pronating when they serve. Shadisha, did you think about pronating when you were serving?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay, so let me know if this makes sense to you guys. I want to see if Shadisha actually likes this tip too. I'll get it, hopefully get it verified by her. So I look at this ball as a block of cheese and just how much I want the ball to cut or be powerful through it, because you can also hit a power slice too, is I think about how thin or thick I want the strands of cheese coming through the cheese grater, right? So when I'm hitting a super slice, I'm thinking that I'm cutting it really fine strands of cheese, and when I want to go more power, I'm still feeling like I'm coming around the side of the ball, but I'm going through it more. That way I can add more variety in my slice serve. I actually like to think of the slice serve like snowflakes. Like you can actually have hundreds of varieties of your slice serve the more creative you get with it. So I'm just going to show you a couple of these. So Shadisha will get in the background. What do you think about that? Does that make sense to you, Shadisha?
Yeah. I love the cheese grater concept. Right?
Yeah. So again, and as you guys are doing this and experimenting, don't worry if the ball goes in or out. So right now I'm going to try and hit a very slow slice, thin strands of cheese coming through the other side of the racket, and it's going to be slow, and this is where you're going to get your most angle off the court. See that ball move? Look at that. We got them literally in the other court. And then if I want to hit more of a power slice, I'm going to go still kind of, it's not pure flat, it's still feeling a little bit side of the ball, but I'm going to go through it more. So now I'll go more through the ball. See, so that ball's going faster. All right, so think about that when you're working on your slice, either thin or thick going through it. That way you can have some slice variety where they're just not going to be reading the same serve all the time.
Here's a secret, guys. most people think that when you're a lefty that there's only one serve, right, to hit, and that's that out wide, halfway between the service line and the net. But in actuality, you can hit that same slice serve down the tee and down the middle. So I'm going to show you guys the body serve, right? So the body is same concept. You're coming around like a cheese grater, like Pete said, but you're going to go right up the middle of the court. Okay, so I'm going to try to body serve it, make it jam them. You ready? Down the tee. That was more or less not as much body. So for body, I think I would aim more up the center of the court and see if it'll curve into their body. All right, let's try that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more curve.
Yeah.
All right, let me toss it out.
That's perfect.
Get him. Get him in the stomach.
Here's another secret. How do you do what Shadisha is doing? How do you go from out wide into the body to down the middle? It's something I like to call radio dial shoulders. Now we're just going to test my age. This might hurt my feelings. Shadisha, do you even know what I'm talking about? Radio? Did you have a radio dial when you were?
Little spinny thing?
Huh?
Would you spin it? Would put
Did
your
you
finger
ever
in
have
there?
to do that in your life, or was it all digital when you were?
Stop it! I was there. I was 1985.
Oh, come on.
I'm 1980.
Okay, so she might have just dealt with it for a year or two. But when I was growing up, right, you had to find the station, okay? And so the way you use your radio dials is with this hip and your shoulders. And you just judge your serve, and then you adjust from there. You're going to take the feedback from your radio dials and then figure out the adjustment you need to make. So let's say I'm trying to hit the ball into the body, but maybe I bring it out wide too much, right? So that's obviously way too far out wide. So what's the feedback I just gave myself? These start to move and open up too early. So I got to just feel that hold a little longer. I like to call this frog hair adjustments, because they're going to be adjustments that you feel that maybe other people don't notice. But you've got to be able to make frog hair, teeny tiny adjustments in your body with your radio dials so you can then zone in on your target. So I'm going to try and hold it a little longer, and hopefully I can bring that ball into the body as beautifully as Shadisha did. So here we go. And there you go. See, that's going right into their body. And here's just another little strategy secret. I love to basically keep that away from my righties. I'm gonna make them starving for a forehand. I'm gonna go out wide to the backhand, out wide to the backhand, out wide to the backhand. They want a forehand, out wide to the backhand. Then you finally give that into their body every time. They're gonna force that, even though it'd probably be better just hitting the backhand. They're gonna keep running, they're gonna keep getting trapped, and they're gonna miss it out wide. That's a secret you want it to keep. All right, so Shadisha and I, we have one final secret. It's the most important secret. And that is going to be that Shadisha and I are going to be doing a doubles technique and strategy camp right here in Atlanta, GA at the end of May. So you want to get on our interest list. What are some of the double secrets that we're going to be sharing with them?
Okay, so double secret number one. Aren't you guys tired of those little floaters passing right by you?
Yeah.
Right, so it's time to learn how to poach correctly, right? Cutting the angle off and attacking the net person, up the middle solves the riddle type stuff, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to be working on court positioning, right? Making sure you guys are in the right spot. I've seen so many of you guys standing in the wrong position, so balls are going by you that wouldn't usually go by you if you were standing in the correct spot. So let's do court positioning. What else, Pete?
We're going to be working on your shot selection. We're going to teach you how to, no matter what partner you're playing with, that you're picking the right shot so you and your partner are always in the right spot, winning those matches, as well as many, many more. So if you are interested in improving your doubles game, having the best season ever, improving, being around other totally obsessed tennis players, then fill out the form. Shadisha and I will be in contact to see if this is a good fit for you within 48 hours, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Can't wait. See you there.